In a village called Sundarpur, nestled among rolling green hills, a gentle river flowed through the fields. It wasn't the biggest or most powerful river, but the villagers said it had a song of its own. When the wind rustled through the reeds along its banks and the water rippled over smooth, colorful stones, it created a beautiful, natural melody. This river was the heart of the village. The children would play by its banks, their laughter mixing with the sound of the water. The farmers depended on it to nourish their crops, and the elders would sit quietly, finding peace in its constant, soothing flow. The villagers, young and old, truly loved their river. They believed its gentle song brought joy and tranquility to everyone who took the time to listen. One year, a long, hot summer settled over the land. Day after day, the sun beat down, and no rain came. Slowly, the river began to change. The once lively flow slowed to a mere trickle. The water level dropped, revealing the muddy riverbed. The fish, which used to dart playfully through the currents, now struggled in shallow, shrinking pools. The tall, green reeds that danced in the breeze grew dry and brittle. The river's song faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. As the water became more and more scarce, a shadow fell over the village. The peace that had once defined Sundarpur started to crumble. Arguments broke out among neighbors. Farmers who had been friends for years now quarreled over who should get the remaining water first for their thirsty fields. Tension filled the air, as thick and heavy as the summer heat. The joy the river once brought had been replaced by anxiety and division. Seeing the growing conflict, a wise elder named Anaya, whose eyes held the wisdom of many seasons, decided something had to be done. She called everyone in the village for a meeting, not in the usual village square, but right by the banks of the struggling river. As the villagers gathered, their faces etched with worry and frustration, Anaya spoke. Her voice was calm but firm. "The river is still singing," she said, her gaze sweeping over the crowd, "but we can no longer hear its song. Our own quarrels and arguments have become too loud, drowning out its music." She pointed to the trickling stream. "This river has given us life and harmony for generations. Now, it needs us. To help it flow again, to hear its song once more, we must stop fighting and start working together." Her words, simple yet powerful, resonated with the villagers. They looked at each other, and then at the dying river, shame and understanding dawning on their faces. Anaya's wisdom had reminded them of who they were, a community. Inspired by her call to action, a new energy pulsed through the village. Everyone united with a shared purpose. The children, with their boundless energy, ran back and forth from the village wells, carrying buckets of water to fill the small pools where the fish were trapped. The farmers, who had been arguing just hours before, now worked side by side, digging new, deeper channels to help guide what little water was left and clear away the blockages. The elders, who couldn't do the heavy lifting, shared their knowledge, teaching the younger generations ancient techniques for conserving water and respecting the land. As they worked, something magical began to happen. Someone started humming an old village folk song. Soon, another person joined in, and then another, until the air was filled with their blended voices. They sang as they worked, their melodies weaving a new song of hope and cooperation. Their harmony seemed to blend perfectly with the gentle whisper of the river, as if encouraging it to grow stronger. Slowly but surely, their collective effort made a difference. The river began to return to life. The water started to flow more freely through the newly cleared channels. The fish, saved from the shallow pools, swam with renewed energy. The reeds began to absorb the moisture, their brittle stalks slowly regaining their green hue. As the river healed, so did the village. The tension and anger melted away, replaced by smiles, shared stories, and a deep sense of camaraderie. Peace had returned to Sundarpur. That evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, the villagers gathered once more by the riverbank. This time, there were no arguments, only a shared feeling of accomplishment and gratitude. They listened intently, and what they heard was breathtaking. The river's melody was back, and it was louder and more beautiful than ever before. It was a song of resilience, a testament to their unity. From that day on, the people of Sundarpur never forgot the lesson the river had taught them. They realized that when people come together, when they work in harmony and support one another. Even the smallest voicer, the quietest river can sing the loudest and most beautiful song. This story reminds us all that unity and cooperation can bring life and beauty to even the most difficult challenges we face. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire.